Hey everybody, welcome back for some more Starsector. Now we're getting into the fun stuff. We showed some battles, very nice and all, but battles are not nearly as much fun if you can't control what's on your ship. That's where all the fun starts to happen when you can design your ship. So, this video will be about how ships work and how to customize them. All right, so here we have a standard frigate, a Mud Skipper Mark II class. The first thing you kind of need to understand is ordnance points. So these ordnance points, you spend these points to put stuff on the ship. So certain pieces of equipment will cost a certain amount of ordnance points. We have up to 30 we can play around with. You'll also notice these 3 bars, orange bars, or yellow bars. I'm not sure what. Those bars above the ship. Now, I mistakenly thought originally that these meant these were good things. These are how many damage mods are on the ship, basically. So we have 3 bars, we have 3 damage mods. These are just the way the ship is, and there's nothing you can do about it. So there's ill-advised modifications, and these are random per ship. I mean, these are all kind of modifications on the ship. So if you think about it like a weapon from a looter shooter, you may capture 2 of these kinds of frigates, but they could have different hull mods on them to make them different. So it's pretty cool. But this one has ill-advised modifications, which means there's a chance of critical malfunctions during combat when things take too long, which is never good. Compromised storage, less crew, cargo, fuel capacity, and then structural damage, which means less armor rating and hull integrity. Now, none of these are ideal, but if we go back to the tooltip, you can see the minuses, which represent the mods, the structural mods. This ship has maneuvering jets as its special that provide a brief boost of maneuverability and top speed. Okay, so if we look at the ship, we can zoom out and zoom in. It has one hard point. This one has one hard point. We're going to take a look at another one after this. A large ballistic hard point. So their weapons fit in certain classes. This one just gets a big gun, basically, and it just flies around with a big gun, which is nice. To see what you can put on there, you just click on it, and that will show everything available. Now there's the black market. I'll do another video later to explain that, but purchasing these can put you in some kind of danger. Then, so we can turn that off. I don't want to just buy illegal ones right now. So we can buy legal, including ones we have in our cargo and storage. On the right, it shows how many ordnance points this will take up. We do need to save some ordnance points, so for things like capacitors, vents, and mods. So let's just take a look at some weapons here. We got the Hellbore cannon here, which is 16 ordnance points. I'll take up half. It's a huge cannon which fires slow-moving plasma-charged projectiles. They just destroy armor and hull structure. You get an idea of the range, 900, their damage per second, flux per second, and ancillary data. So it's, as it mentioned, that it does 200% versus armor. Kind of said that in the description. It's not quite as good against shields. We have, for 18 ordnance points, the Mark 9 Autocannon. This is better versus shields than armor. It has poor accuracy, slow turn rate, but it does 348 damage per second. Now, the problem is it's 18 ordnance points, so I don't know if we want to spend that much. We have another autocannon here that we salvaged, I think, from one of the pirates. It is not nearly as good as that, but it's a lot less ordnance points. and it's free. So we can go ahead and put that on the ship. All right. That leaves us with 22 ordnance points. Now, the way ships work in Starsector is things cost flux during combat. You raise your shields, that costs flux. You fire your weapons, costs flux. So capacitors increase how much flux you have available up to a maximum. So we can have a maximum of 10 on here. However, each one costs 1 ordnance point. So let's see, we could do 5 capacitors. That gives us 1750 flux capacity. Yep, so it shows that here. We can look here. So this takes about 120 flux per second, or 120 flux per shot. And then the vents help us dissipate the flux, and it's a balancing act. So your flux will build up, dissipation helps hold it back. Now this ship has no shields, which is something we need to keep in mind. So to address that fact, we can give it heavy armor, which will help with that structural damage issue. There's also reinforced bulkheads, which will give us greater hull integrity, and there's a bunch of other options. So let's for example put on heavy armor. Okay, so now we have 200 armor. We had 119. Where'd I go? Heavy armor. So now we have 200. It's not the full amount because of that structural damage. We don't get all 200 from it, all 100. And then we can spend the rest on more capacitors and vents. So, all right, so that's pretty cool. Now we can also test it out, which is really nice. So let's do run simulation. We just can pick a ship over here. Let's put let's deploy that. And we can kind of see what happens. Right. So I am controlling it right now. Yeah, nice weapon arc here. Ouch. That did not go well. That may have, I don't know if that was, that may have been too powerful of a ship. I'm not sure, but we did not last long. All right, I'm going to see if I can add, let's blast doors. Not blast doors, additional berthing, no. We're going to also add reinforced bulkheads. All right, so we got more hull, still more armor. We got to find some weak ship here. All right, here's a mud skipper. So let's see how this one goes. All right, there's the whoa. There, it's not doing much damage, this guy, at all. Let's target him. What kind of weapon? He has a gauze cannon. Oh, and it malfunctioned. That's cool. Now we gotta take advantage of that. If I could hit anything. We're slowly wearing down his hull. But this is kind of the autocannon. Just how it works. Uh-oh, his gauze cannon's back online. He's dissipating his flux. That gauze cannon's expensive. Flux-wise. We have a cannon malfunction. So right now we can't fire. And we're almost dead. Oh, okay. So that's you can simulate battles, which is really cool. There's not much we can do with this ship at the moment. This is kind of the best we're going to go with. Let's take another look example. Oh, adjust weapon groups, yeah. All right. So here we have a combat frigate. Actually, let's do this one. It's a shielded combat frigate. First, we can strip off everything. We have 38 points to do, but it's got 5 mod issues. This ship has problems. So we may actually sell this one. So let's look at this one that's 50. It has shielded cargo holds, which is nice. This is one of the pirate ships, so that makes sense. It has structural damage. See, this is a benefit one. I wish there was an indicator what's positive, what's negative, because there's only 2 bars, and these are the 2 bad ones. So sadly, structural damage, but we took it in a fight. So let's see what kind of hard points we have. We have a small ballistic turret, medium ballistic turret, small ballistic turret, small. So 3 small ballistic turrets and a medium ballistic turret. And we have 50 ordnance points. All right, so ooh, there's point defense. Is that for the medium? Light autocannons, a heavy mortar. So we'll put the heavy mortar there. On the small, we definitely want a Vulcan point defense. Cannon. Let's put a light autocannon there. And a light mortar. More light machine guns. See, these are the decisions I love, though. We have this machine gun's 156, 156. Is there any difference between these? One's from the military. Or we can put an illegal one on here. No, stay in legal. Okay, so we have a heavy mortar, light autocannon, and a Vulcan cannon for some defense. Now we still have a lot of space left, so here we can add some other things. More maneuverability, let's add that. Let's add heavy armor. Reinforced bulkheads. Blast doors. And then the rest we'll spend on capacitors and vents. All right, let's run to weapon groups. All right, so this kind of gives you an idea of the flux. dissipation, capacity. We'll have it auto set up. All right, well, let's run the simulation. Okay. Let's see how this guy does. See, he's got a different kind of weapon arc, which is neat. And we have auto fire on these as well. We missed. Okay, I'm hitting everything but him. All right, we took that shot pretty easily. And this stuff's auto-firing, too. Ooh. See, we whooped up on this guy. The auto-fire really helps with the turrets, and that heavy mortar is nice. So, very good. We'll definitely use that. All right, and that'll about do it to this introduction to the ship design in Starsector. It's really cool. It's really deep. Lots of options. So you should check it out. See ya.